Good morning, children. Welcome to class 7 of Basic Science. The first chapter, we finished learning the different methods of vegetative propagation. Now we are going to learn how to increase the fertility of the soil, how you can grow 2-3 plants, etc. So the first subtopic here is intercropping. What is intercropping? Intercropping is a multiple cropping practice involving growing 2 or more crops in the same field. See, children, there is a field here, isn't it? And that field it's actually a coconut tree farm. Okay, lots of coconut trees are there. Now, in between these coconut trees, there is soil. Usually you can see there is soil which is left empty. And you can see weeds growing. Weeds, in Malayalam you say it is kala. Weeds growing. Unwanted plants grow. So what is intercropping is, here you can see coconut trees. Along with that you can see small trees, small shrubs, isn't it? This is, you can grow pepper, you can grow beetle, you can grow ginger, you can grow turmeric. Along with coconut. Now this is a plantain crop. Plantain means these are the plantains. Okay, so along with plantains you can grow many other crops like amaranthus, colocasia and yam. Okay, you can see they are grown together. Did you see? This is called intercropping. Intercropping is growing 2 or 3 crops together on the same field. One will be the main crop. What is the main crop here? Coconut. What is the main crop here? Plantain. The rest are not main crops. They are just crops which is grown in between the space so that you use optimum space which is left. Okay. Now what are the advantages of intercropping? Suppose the first thing is the farmer will get yield from the coconut as well as from these crops. So his income is doubled or his income is more. Now suppose there's a strong wind and all the plantain falls off. What will the farmer do? If he had done only plantain, he will have to face a loss. So if the main crop, something happens to the main crops also, there are other small crops to benefit him. This is the second advantage. Third, I think you know what is soil erosion. The topsoil, if there is rain or there's heavy wind, the topsoil is washed off. Now when you have these crops along with coconut, say ginger and turmeric, what happens is the top fertile soil is not lost by soil erosion. So this is called intercropping. These 2 examples you have to learn from your notebook. So what is intercropping? Intercropping is growing 2 or 3 crops in the same field. Out of that, one will be the main crop. Other crops are supporting it. So this is what is called intercropping. Now, what are the merits of intercropping? I just explained now. Farmers generates more income without major expenditure. Insurance against crop damage, having diverse crops allows the farmer to have more income even if the primary crop is damaged or doesn't yield as expected. I told you, suppose plantain, there's a heavy wind and the plantain is destroyed. He will get income from the other 2 crops. Soil erosion is prevented and the rich and fertile topsoil is not lost. Okay, so these are the merits of intercropping. Now children, leguminous plants. What are leguminous plants? Leguminous plants are plants grown from all this pea variety. Did you see the pea variety? Now, what is the advantage of growing pea plants? Children, for a plant to be healthy, nitrogen is an essential element for its growth. Nitrogen is an essential element from its growth. Now in the atmosphere, as we know, there's a lot of nitrogen. How can this atmospheric nitrogen brought to the soil? That is what we are going to learn. These pea plants, you can see their roots. Their roots are like this. Can you see these small round-like structures? They are called the nodules. These nodules, they have a bacteria called rhizobium. This rhizobium, they fix the atmospheric nitrogen to the soil. They fix the atmospheric nitrogen to the soil. Did you understand? So leguminous plants are important in agriculture because they contribute to nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen is an essential element for plant growth. Rhizobium is a bacteria found in the nodules of the leguminous plants. These bacteria convert as atmospheric nitrogen to nitrates. Rhizobium live in the roots of plants called pea, mimosa, horse gram, black gram, etc. When these plants decay, they nutrients are added to the soil. This increases the fertility of the soil and it is called green manure. Now, to increase the fertility of the soil, you can add fertilizers, etc. Now, usually if you see in your house, when a man goes up to the coconut tree, plucks the coconut, the rest of the leaves, they cut it and put it at the base of the coconut itself. Yes or no? Why? Because when they decompose, they give a lot of nutrients to the soil. Every leaf will have different type of nutrients. Same way, when these pea plants, after they give you pea, and when we take it off, when we destroy the plant or when we remove the plant, you can mix it with the soil. What happens? The amount of nitrogen increases and the fertility of the soil increases. So adding the green plants to the soil is called green manure. So this is your page number 16. The nutrients provided by one kind of plant debris is not the same supplied by another. Plant debris means once the plant, we take out the harvest, we cut the plant and put it into the soil. The more diverse the plant debris that decomposes in the soil, the higher the fertility of soil. Suppose inside the soil, this pea plant falls and the leaves of plantain falls, and suppose you have a mango tree leaves fall. The different types of leaves which fall into the soil increases the fertility of the soil to great extent. So that is called green manure. Now intercropping, I just taught you. I taught you leguminous plants also. So with this, I come to an end of the class. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.